Solve quadratics by square root method. Now, when do you use this method? When you have a binomial with a minus sign in the middle. Binomial minus sign in the middle, you recognize that as what, boys? Hey, I don't have time for you guys to be working on the assignment that you should have done last night.
My bad.
Thank you.
I'll be paying attention.
Binomial with a minus sign in the middle. What method is this when it comes to factoring? What method of factoring?
The difference of something?
Yep.
Weird.
Difference of squares.
Yeah, that. Give me that.
Either all terms are on the same side or they're on opposite sides of the equal sign. Because remember from yesterday, the goal is to move all the terms to the same side. You don't have to do that with this method. Okay. So first, let's look back at factoring difference of squares method. So when you have a binomial with the minus sign in the middle, you do what? How do you factor it? How do you solve that? How do you factor it? It is difference of squares, but how do you do difference of squares? Box method is multiplying.
Oh, is it something you do in the calculator?
Where you do what?
You go to square root.
Square root. So you take the square root of both terms. The square root of x squared is? And the square root of 9? 3. So when you place that x and that 3 into your binomials, what's special about difference of squares? You put the same terms in the front, same terms in the back. Same letter in the front, same letter in the back, or same number in the back. But what's special about difference of squares?
It has a plus and a negative.
One's plus, one is minus. Okay? Now, that's just the factoring part. These are my factors, right? Yesterday, we learned that we need to take an extra step to solve it. You take each binomial and turn it into an equation. So we take x plus 3, turn it into an equation by equaling it to 0. Take x minus 3, turn it into an equation by setting it equal to 0. Then you solve for x. These are one-step equations. So how do you solve x plus 3? Yeah, plus 3 becomes minus 3. And then minus 3 on the other side becomes plus 3. And what do these two numbers, after you're done solving, what do these two numbers represent on my graph? Those are your zeros. And what are your zeros for people that don't know the vocabulary word? They're your x-intercepts. So here you see that negative 3, and over here you'll see that positive 3. Okay, you're not always provided a graph, so it's not always as easy as look at the picture. My zeros are negative 3 and 3. Sometimes you have to know how to solve it without algebraically, okay? Let's compare that to, so both of these terms are on the same side of the equal sign. Let's compare it to an equation where they're not. When you're solving equations, you're solving for x, you're trying to get the x by itself. But the only way to get rid of a squared is to take the square root. The opposite of squaring is to take the square root of a number. The square root gets rid of the squared or eliminates, it cancels out the squared, leaving you with just an x. What is the square root of 9? Let's think about this, okay? What two pairs of numbers multiply to give you 9? We know that 3 times 3 is 9, but what else? What other number can you multiply times itself to give you 9?
1 and 9?
One other number times itself can you multiply to get 9?
Probably like a decimal. Am I wrong? What?
That's really late.
Huh? I went to the restroom. 3 and 3 again?
We already did 3 and 3. There's another pair of numbers. Let me give you a hint. One number can you multiply times itself to give you a positive 9?
Oh, negative 3.
Negative 3 and
Ah.
Negative 3 times negative 3. So both
This I told
both positive 3 and negative 3 can multiply to give you 9. We combine both of these possibilities by using the plus minus symbol, positive negative symbol. I don't know if you've ever seen that symbol, but that represents both the positive and negative of that number, of that digit. Okay? So when you take the square root of 9, you have to keep in mind both a positive 3, both a negative 3 can multiply to give you a positive 9. So we write that as positive negative 3. And what we will end up doing is splitting that sign, sending the positive one way, sending the negative another. So, bless you, you'll get x is positive 3, x is negative 3. Those are your, once again, x-intercepts. Positive 3 here, negative 3 there.
Whoa.
2 different ways of seeing the equation, giving you the same result.
I've never seen that sign.
This is the first time I think that symbol is introduced. Okay. All right. So, keeping that in mind, when we're asking for the roots, we're asking for the
The x-intercept.
roots are another word for the x-intercept. But what are the roots of 49?
7 and negative 7.
So 7 times 7 is
49.
49, but also negative 7 times negative 7 is positive 49.
So x is
We combine both of these answers by writing it as
plus and negative.
plus negative, positive negative 7.
Good. So we don't write the x is equal
No, we can. I mean, we will. What's the square root of 100?
to 0. I mean 10.
10.
Just 10?
So good.
And negative
10 times 10 is 100.
negative 7 negative.
Negative 10 times negative 10 is also 100. So we can say that x is equal to
Plus negative.
positive negative 10. Look at number 3. What about number 3? What happens when you take the square root of 20?
It gives you a decimal.
It gives you a decimal. So when it's a decimal, you leave it under the square root. Put it away.
Okay.
When the result is a decimal, you leave it under the square root. So for this one, you would leave it as x is equal to plus or minus square root of 20. Positive, negative, square root of 20. You don't take the square root away. You don't turn it into a decimal. It's not a perfect square. Number 4. Ready? What are the solutions?
6 negative.
So, to get rid of the squared, you take the square root. X is equal to what?
Negative 6 and positive.
Positive 6, negative 6. So we can say x is equal to 6 and x is equal to negative 6. That means this parabola crosses at the positive 6 and at the negative 6.
Which means it's perfect.
Questions? Number 5.
Wait, so that's it? Oh, I guess more difficult. Of course.
Come on. Of course it does. What if it's not a perfect square?
No.
We just talked about it.
You keep it under the square root.
Keep it under the square root. So x is equal to positive, negative, square root of 12. You could write that answer that way. X is equal to positive negative square root of 12. Believe it or not, or actually, on the STAR test, there was maybe 3 years ago now, there was an answer choice that looked like that, where they left it as a positive negative. Okay. Number 6, what are the solutions to x squared is equal to 32? If I try to take the square root of 32, what happens? It's a decimal. So what do we do?
X equals plus minus 3, or 32 squared.
Square root of 32. Leave it under the square root.
That's good.
Is that it, Kennedy?
Oh no. Wait, for today or like is the backside harder?
I don't know. Is it
I
different?
mean, it does say let's include extra terms.
So, was that it?
I mean, it's just one extra term.
So, all right. To get rid of the squared, what do we do?
I don't know.
Opposite of squaring a number is to take the square root, just like we did on the whole front side. So I don't know why we're saying I don't know. Now, taking the square root only eliminates the squared, leaving us with just what on the left side? X plus 7. It gets rid of the parentheses, okay? The square root of 64 is?
8.
Not just 8,
Negative 8.
Oh,
Positive negative 8.
okay? But we are trying to find the solutions. To find the solutions, we're also trying to what? Solve, right? Now, to solve means to get x by itself. So how do I move the 7 over? Subtract the 7. Wait for me. Now, because we are working with this positive negative symbol,
Get rid of the positive or the negative.
because we're working with the positive negative symbol, we're going to wait for Miss Lovelace to give us instructions. When you have the positive negative symbol, you want to keep that in between the digits, okay? In the middle of those numbers. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that negative 7, bring it down, and then put that positive negative 8 after. So it'd be written as negative 7 plus minus 8. Okay? You want to keep that plus minus symbol in between them. Now, we can continue. There are whole numbers on both sides of that positive negative symbol. If all numbers on both sides of the plus negative or the positive negative are whole numbers, whole number negative 7, whole number 8, if both sides of that are whole numbers, you finish solving for x. Write that down, and then I'll explain what I mean by finish solving for x. Write that down and wait for the explanation.
Yeah, but why are we saying number?
Yes. Everybody ready? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that positive negative symbol and split it apart, moving the plus one way, the minus another. So on the left side, we're going to have x equals negative 7 plus 8. On the right side, negative 7 minus 8. All I did was I split this positive negative symbol. The plus side went here. The minus sign went there. Yes? Understand? Okay. Now we can finish simplifying. Negative 7 plus 8 is what? 1. Negative 7 minus 8 is?
Negative 15.
Negative 15. So we get x equals 1. X equals negative 15.
Yeah, I guess that makes more sense.
Questions?
No, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Number 8. The first thing you do is get rid of the squared by taking the square root of both sides. Taking the square root eliminates the squared, leaving us with x minus 5. What is the square root of 25?
Oh no, positive, negative.
Positive negative 5. But to finish solving for x, what do I do with that minus 5?
Add it.
Add it. Because we are, once again, working with a positive negative symbol, we bring down the 5 first, and then the plus minus 5. Now, we have whole numbers on both sides of the positive negative, so we split it and continue. We get x is equal to 5 plus 5, and x is equal to 5 minus 5. 5 plus 5 is?
10.
And then 5 minus 5 is?
0.
So which one is my positive solution? 10. 0 is both positive and negative at the same time, so that's not the answer, okay? I always have at least one student, probably Jesus in this case, argue with me about it. Now, when you're filling in these gradables, in algebra, place value doesn't matter because they don't put the decimal there for you. So the 10 can actually go anywhere in those boxes. You can put it at the end. You can put it at the very front. You can put it in the middle. Doesn't matter, okay?
Wait, does that mean in some cases that we get
Number 9.
you get a 7-digit number?
A 7-digit number, I guess.
In some cases.
I guess.
Cool. I guess.
Have I seen that? No.
4 negative.
Yep.
Positive, negative 4.
And then how do you move the 3 over?
By adding it.
Adding 3. Which number do I bring down first?
3.
Plus.
The 3. Now, since we have whole numbers on both sides, we split them and continue. 3 plus 4 one way. 3 minus 4 the other. What is 3 plus 4?
7.
And 3 minus 4?
Negative.
So what is our answer? What is our solution? They want the negative solution. So negative 1 would be my answer. Questions?
No.
Why does it always... It started doing that. I don't know why. Everybody got this one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I see people... Yes? Okay. All right. Number 10. I take the square root of both sides. I get x plus 6. What happens when you try to take the square root of 22?
It's a decimal.
Decimal. So we leave it under the square root. We still have to solve. So how do I move 6 over? Minus 6. So we get with this one, negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 22.
Alright.
So you could say that your answers are negative 6 plus the square root of 22 or negative 6 minus the square root of 22. Is that it, Kennedy?
Yeah.
Is it?
I hope so.
There's more.
There is. But you already wrote down the answer.
There's a coefficient now.
What?
Wait, you already wrote down the answer though. So
But is that, I mean, is that as hard as it gets?
No.
No.
Did we have a whole coefficient?
Now we have a coefficient. Here we go. Square root, square root.
Wait, how'd you do that? Alright, what?
What's the square root of 49?
No.
7. Positive, negative 7.
Okay. We still have to solve for x. What's the first step?
Subtract 1.
subtract the 1. We subtract the 1, bring down 3x. Because we have that positive negative symbol, make sure you bring down -1 first, then plus -7. Does anybody know what the next step would be?
Divide by
Put
3.
it into.
Where?
That's what I was gonna say.
Divide by 3.
Sure.
You get x is equal to -1 plus -7 over 3. I'll let you guys catch up.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
What would be the solution to this?
We're not done. Why are we not done?
Because you
Because
have
we
to
still
solve
have to
for
divide.
Why do you still continue to solve?
No, because we have to
Because
split
there's
it.
whole numbers.
Because we have to split it.
They're all whole numbers. Whole number, whole number, whole number. So yes, we're going to take that positive negative and split it. So we're going to have x is equal to -1 plus 7 over 3. And on the other side, x is equal to -1 minus 7 over 3. Now, yes, you can do this in your head because they're small numbers, but you can also put it in the calculator. Alpha x, -1 plus 7 at the top, 3 on the bottom. Alpha x, -1 minus 7 at the top, 3 at the bottom.
Pretty sure you get 2 for that one.
What's -1 plus 7?
6.
Divided by 3?
2.
So 2. On the other side, what is -1 minus 7? -8. Divided by 3? Does it simplify?
No.
So for that one, you should get -8 over 3. And what is our solution?
Positive.
They want the positive solution.
So it'd be 2.
Yep.
Right.
Ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Last one.
Yeah, you got some.
It doesn't square it.
It doesn't square root. You cannot take the square root of 33 and get a whole number. So what happens? What do?
We do positive negative square root of 33.
Leave it under the square root. Now, because x is not by itself, we do continue to solve. How do we continue solving?
Minus 3.
-3. Bring down 2x. On the other side, -3 comes first, then the positive negative. Then what?
Divide by 2.
Divided by 2. Now, because we still have that square root, there's no way to simplify. You can't simplify anything. So you're just going to leave it exactly like that. That's it.
There's no way we can solve it?
No, that's it.
Because it's out of whole.
Correct.
So that's it?
That would be like